and thank you for clicking on today's video. We're out here at the Surfside jetty, and we're gonna be hiking all the way down to the very end to hopefully hook into some big bull reds off the rocks. But before we get into it, I want to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, which is Brunt Workwear. So I know one thing that a lot of fishermen, hunters, and just outdoorsmen like all of y'all have in common is being hard workers, the type to get down to business and get things done. And that's where Brunt comes into play. I've had these work boots for a while now, and I've been really impressed by the comfort and durability. Brunt prides himself on producing high quality work boots and work apparel made with the best materials and technology and selling them at an honest price point. Their boots are tough as nails while still being light as a feather. The best part is, Brunt puts their money where their mouth is by offering you a full refund up to 30 days after purchase if for some reason you choose to return their gear, although I doubt you would want to. Also, they've been nice enough to hook y'all up with $10 off your entire order if you spend $60 or more. All you have to do is go to bruntworkwear.com/beforeoutdoors10 or enter my discount code beforeoutdoors10 at checkout. So once again, I want to give a big thank you to Brunt for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them out. I will have their link in the description down below along with the discount code. And now let's get back to the video. All right, so we are starting our way down there, and the water is actually pretty clean on the beach side right here. We have a light southwest wind. It's supposed to pick up as the morning goes on, but right now it's actually blowing like maybe only 7 or 8, so not bad at all. The right side is a little bit muddy, but it's all right because those big redfish really don't care that much. We are gonna stop and fish kind of shallow to start off in the surf zone. We'll find one of these guts, and we're gonna try to catch a couple pompano. Now, pompano are pretty rare to catch down here on the Texas coast, especially the middle to upper part of the Texas coast, but there are reports of people catching them every once in a while. And the thing that's crazy is you never really know when they're gonna be there. Some people say they're not here at all in the winter. Some people say they're not here in the summer, but sometimes it's the exact opposite. You'll catch a ton of them in the summer and a ton of them in the winter. So I have seen a couple people catching them on Facebook and stuff like that. So we are gonna pull up here and see if we can catch some. I have some dead shrimp. We'll just throw that out on bottom. Might throw a pompano jig or something like that. And hopefully we'll be able to hook into one. But we're not gonna spend too much time here. Maybe about 20 minutes, and then we'll head on down because we are meeting a few people here and they're already at the very end of the jetty. And we're all just gonna be fishing together. Like I said earlier, trying to hook into those big bull reds, black drums, stuff like that. So y'all stay tuned. Let me throw in the GoPro, rig up, and cast out here and see if we can hook into a Texas pompano. Okay, so we're gonna start right here first. It should be right on the back of that first gut, that first sandbar. I'm just gonna take a shrimp. I like to peel my shrimp when I'm going for little fish and pompano and stuff like that. Just like that. And this is our rig right here. This is a single drop rig. So it's just 20 or 30 pound fluorocarbon leader going down to a little circle hook and a little 2-ounce pyramid sinker here at the bottom. So it's pretty straightforward, one hook. That's why they call it the single drop. And we put a piece of fish bites on there, and then we're also just gonna take our shrimp and we're just gonna thread it on, just like this, around the hook. That should stay on pretty good. We'll start right here and we'll give it about 5 minutes in each spot. We don't want to take too much time, so throw that out. There we go. And we can either hold it or put it in a rod holder, something like that. But hopefully we won't have to wait too long before we get a bite. Now, a very important part of surf fishing, even though we're off the jetty, this is still a surf zone right here. But a very important part is finding where those guts are. If you're not fishing where the guts are, you're not gonna be catching much fish. So you can usually tell by the way the waves are breaking. So just to make it easier for y'all, where the waves are breaking is where the sandbars are. So we got the beach right there, comes down. Where those waves are breaking right there, sandbar. Then we have a gut, and then it's calm today, so there's not really a lot of waves breaking, but generally out here, there'd be more, another set of waves breaking, and that'd be the next sandbar. So we're just casted right in the middle of those. Giving it about 10 minutes here. I have not had a bite yet, so I'm gonna move down one more spot, probably about 100 yards down, cast out there for 5 minutes, but then I'm gonna head to the end because there is a few people pulling up, and I want to be able to secure a nice spot down at the very end. So yeah, nothing even touched this. Still have our shrimp. Not a good sign so far, but only been here a couple minutes, so. Let's head on down and see if we hook up into something a little farther down the jetty. Well, we've made it down to where the nice paved sidewalk ends. Now we gotta hop onto the rocks, and I don't know how the heck we're gonna make it up that. but we'll worry about that when we get there. Let's try not to slip right here. Okay, so I just pulled up to the end of the jetty, and like I told you, I'm meeting a couple people down here. Those people are MDLR, RGC Fishing, which is Christian, rebranded from NCD TV. And then we have Kevin and Chris from GG Anglers. As soon as I pulled up, you can see Kevin is hooked up right there. If y'all want to see what he caught, I will have his channel linked down below, and I'll actually have everybody's link down below. But he's hooked up on the very end on a big old fish. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get my baits rigged up because as you can see, the fish are biting, and we're gonna see if we can get into a mess of big fish just like everyone else. Okay, so we got some crabs right here for bait, fresh dead crabs. And what we're gonna be doing is just using half a crab. You can use mullet too, but a lot of times, especially for black drum, they're gonna eat crabs pretty much 90% of the time over a mullet. For big bull redfish, same thing, they love crabs too. I've never had bad luck on crabs, so all we're gonna do is take it and do what I'm doing right here. You see, using my knife, cutting it in half, because all you need is half a bait for these big fish. Just like that, all the way down. And I actually like to cut off the legs. To me, it just helps me cast farther, makes the bait look a little bit better, but that's a full one right there. I'll show you the rig that we're using too. So here's our rig today. We have some 40-pound monofilament down there, running down to a swivel with our spider weight on a little slide. That's an 8-ounce spider weight. It is a little rough today, so I think we're gonna need it. And then we have a couple more feet of that 40-pound line running down to a big old circle hook. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this circle hook, we're gonna take our crab, just like this. This is the swimmer right here. We're gonna run it through that swimmer, and we're gonna actually push it through the shell. You could just go straight through the swimmer like that. That's what I used to do. But I found that your bait stays on a little bit better if you just wiggle it through that shell, just like that. That's a good bait ready to go. It's not gonna come off until it gets bit. We're gonna walk down there. We're gonna do a little old school pot licking. We're gonna walk down there to where he just caught that fish, cast this one out, and see if we can catch his bigger brother. So let's get down to it. So we've got our beautiful crab rigged up right here, as you'll just saw me do it. Now we're gonna walk down here and send it out pretty far. Dolphins off the end of the jetty. And if you are out here, guys, make sure you're careful on these wet rocks. They're very slippery. Hey, hey.
Real fishermen only past this point.
As y'all see, they're haters out here. All right, there we go. That cast went way farther than I expected. Okay, we're gonna set our drag right here, guys. It's pretty loose. I got my rod holder here, but that doesn't mean that it won't come out. Oh, there we go. Drag set, rod's in the rod holder, and now we wait. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Got my swivel back though. Broke off right at my knot on the swivel, so that's good. At least we didn't lose all the tackle. Got to think positive out here, but yeah. It's been pretty slow so far. It's about 9:30 in the morning right now. I don't even know what the tides are doing. I didn't even check. We pulled up. Kevin caught that one fish, and then it just died out after that. I've been throwing shrimp and just letting it sit out there the whole time we've been here, so a couple hours, and have not even gotten a bite on it. I think we're gonna go and rig back up, and then we might try another cast here, or I might move down the jetty or something like that. But let's see if we can make something happen. Hopefully if the tide switches, they'll start biting. Okay, we're gonna try to send this out there far. Hopefully we can get a good cast, get over those rocks, if that's even possible. Plant your feet, get your rod swinging. Okay, so it's been dead for a couple hours now, and then here we go. Chris just hooked into one right here. So that's good, maybe the bite will turn on. I think the tide's starting to switch around. Hopefully that gives us some fish. Okay guys, so Chris just caught and released that fish, and then immediately, like 5 minutes later, they're hooked up again down there. Like I said previously in the video, if you want to see what they're catching, make sure to go check out their channel. That is GG Anglers right there. I have one last bait. I just broke off. I was trying to get my line out of the way for Chris to land his fish. Reeled in, stopped rolling for half a second, got snagged, broke off. So I have one last piece of bait, no more spider baits. We're just gonna throw a big pyramid, and hopefully we can do what they're doing and try to catch all these big ones. I'm gonna go take their spot. Okay, I'm rigged back up on my last bait, guys. Unfortunately, my last bait broke itself in half, and it's feeling pretty weak. So I'm just hoping that this doesn't fly right off. We're gonna see what happens. Fingers crossed, because if it doesn't fly off, then the odds of catching one are pretty good. If it does fly off, and we're done. Oh, thank you, it did not fly off. I'm hooked up. I came to check my rod, and there's a fish on here. I don't know how long it's been on here, but we got one. Man, I never even saw a bite. I didn't see anything. My rod was just pretty slack, but I thought it was slowly because the waves had been moving it, and we're hooked up. Finally. I have no idea how we're gonna land this. Let's see. It feels like a black drum, but it doesn't feel that big. Although it might have been sitting on there for 20 minutes, so who knows? He's right here. It's a little one. It's a little black drum. Honestly, I think. No. Bro, we got a problem.
I'm gonna go try and get their net.
I can almost lift him up. Honestly, we can just grab the line and pull him, but he's in the rocks just like theirs. He's off. He broke my line.
You'll make it out?
I would think he can make it out right there. Well, guys, it was a little like 32, 33 inch black drum. He came up here, got pulled in the rocks, and snapped my leader off. What I was gonna try to do is I was gonna try to get him on this rock and swing him up here. And I got, yeah, because I got a 65-pound braid, so I could have just grabbed it and pulled him up. He wasn't that big of a fish. But the wave are coming sideways like this, smacked him, pushed him down in that hole. And yeah. Don't know what to do now. Well, after hours and after them catching some, I finally hooked into one. And he got caught on the rocks, as y'all could see. It wasn't that big of one, maybe 32 inches, somewhere around there, just over slot size for black drum. But how unfortunate is that I finally hooked that thing right after Kevin and Chris left. And they're real good at landing them out here. They got the spikes and everything. I personally do not have a pair of spikes. I just wasn't prepared for that at all. So, oh well, we're gonna try again, try one more time. We're actually out of crab, so I'll show y'all what I'm rolling with here. I'm gonna be going crab claw to see if this works. It's a piece of crab, I don't know why it wouldn't. It doesn't let out as much scent in its body, but you never know. And it's a big crab claw at that. So we're gonna hook this on, try one last time, and then if we don't get anything in about 30 minutes, we're gonna head out, head back home. So y'all stay tuned. Let's see if we can manage to catch one on this blue crab claw. Well, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I am making my way off the jetty right now. And I have to be completely honest with y'all, I feel totally defeated. I mean, I did get a bite. I did see the fish close to landing it, but then he got swept off into the rocks, line got cut. It was just a disaster. The fish are definitely here today. The drum are out here like crazy. If you got cut crab and you're out there at the right time, you're gonna catch a bunch of them. But unfortunately for me, it was just not my lucky day. And the worst part is, I now feel like I have to come back out here because of how defeated I feel. I'm just unsatisfied in how the day went. I know the fish are here, I know it's possible, but I didn't fully land one, so I feel like I'm gonna have to come back. The problem is I really don't want to come back because it is a bittersweet love-hate relationship out here. It's hard to land them, it's a long walk, weather's weird, but if the fish are biting, they can be one of your best days of fishing ever. So next time I will definitely be more prepared. I'm gonna have to get some spikes for my shoes. That was really holding me back on getting to where I wanted to cast and getting down there and landing those fish. So next time I come out here, I'll definitely get the spikes, and I'll just make sure that I have everything ready. Lots of spider weights, lots of leaders, and a lot more bait. So that's me for right now though, guys. I have a long walk to the beginning. I'll see y'all when I get back to the truck to close out this video. So I forgot to record the outro when I got back to the truck, but I'm actually back at the house, and it's a week later. I filmed that video a week ago today, and let me tell y'all, since then I went out fishing 5 more days in a row, and the fishing was so slow, it was insane. I don't think I caught a drum the whole week. So hopefully this week is better. We are still having that warm weather. I think it's supposed to be nice on the winds later in the week, but that's all I have for today. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. Don't forget to check out everyone else that was in the video, and also don't forget to check out Brunt Workwear. Big thank you to them for sponsoring this video. Once again, I'll have everyone's stuff, including theirs, in the description down below. So go give it a look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.